All right, so tell us about your favorite Alaska Airlines experience.
My favorite Alaska Airlines experience is probably just the personalities of the different flight attendants and all the different passengers and the people that you can meet. Always getting that last minute upgrade is always nice as well when you're just had a really long day and getting that first class upgrade to enjoy the food and the camaraderie and the drinks and be able to relax and sleep is probably my favorite part of Alaska Airlines. But most importantly, it's the people that are always there to help you out when you really need it. And I've never really had a bad experience with any of the gate agents or the flight attendants or anything like that. So I would say that's my favorite part.
Okay. And what is it that we do differently that other airlines don't do?
I would say Alaska Airlines is really unique in the cultural aspects of it. Being more of a West Coast airline, there's a lot more emphasis geared towards the cultural aspects of the West Coast, what it represents. And it really, I think, encompasses what the West Coast is about. And you don't really get that on a lot of other airlines. A lot of other airlines are very generic. You get the same experience across all the different, whether it be United or Delta or anything like that. Alaska, you can kind of tell, is really trying to specialize and make it more of a West Coast brand. So when you are coming from the East Coast, you can already have a sense of what you're getting into when you're coming to the West Coast, and I think that really makes Alaska unique. Just need to get more emphasis on the East Coast to get those people out here.
How important are flight attendants to your experience with Alaska?
As I said before, the flight attendants make up, I think, 90% of the experience. If you have, a flight attendant that really cares about providing great customer service, which I think the majority of them do, that really makes it a huge experience improvement for everybody, whether you're in first class or you're in main cabin. If you need something, whether it be a water or a snack, anything like that, or if you have questions or concerns, I think they're always really helpful and there for you. So overall, I think the flight attendants make 90% of the flight experience. If they're there for you, attentive, friendly, nice, all those aspects really make it better.
That's perfect. And then I feel like some of these questions are really similar. What does Alaska mean to you, or why do you prefer Alaska Airlines?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, for me, it's kind of enjoying that West Coast vibe that Alaska gives off, whether it be from the food menu or from just the overall experience in the cabin with the lighting, which obviously Virgin has brought into Alaska's realm as well. I think that's really what makes it different from everybody else.
Perfect. And then last question, is there anything that you can think of that Alaska should improve on?
Really, for me, the overall experience is great. I think for me, traveling kind of all over the country and really more to the East Coast for my job makes it a little tricky to utilize Alaska sometimes because it is a West Coast airline, which is great. But if I'm trying to go elsewhere, it makes it a little tough to do. And to get on to the next point of that too is whenever I go somewhere, so right now I'm working in Cleveland, Ohio, and I tell people, what airline do you fly? And I say, well, I love to fly Alaska, or Delta is my backup choice. So if Alaska doesn't fly here, I fly Delta. And they ask, well, how's Alaska? I've heard great things, but a lot of people have never really had the experience from the East Coast to experience Alaska, but they have heard great things. So I think Alaska's doing the right thing. It's just a matter of, getting more people to experience the product, and the experience, I think, is really what would be the next step for Alaska, and whether that's something that they're willing to do or not. But otherwise, being a West Coast airline, I don't really have anything else to add. I think everybody's doing a great job and taking feedback from all the customers and ourselves, and really trying to make it a holistic product. So my only feedback would be get more routes.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So that's, in all honesty, that's really, if there was more routes, I would never fly anybody else. So, and I think that's pretty true for a lot of people.
Awesome.
So.
That's perfect. I think that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right.
The last answer was perfect.